Welcome my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode 9. Mary Jane's in the building. So let's talk about what's going on. So we still have, Robin. She's out there, and she's out there arguing with, Monique. Monique is threatened to choke her with the umbrella, but Monique clearly realized that, if I hit this woman, if I hurt this woman, that she can sue me and she can take my house. She can take what's mine, so I'm not going to go there. But Monique and Robin was ready to go into it. Karen, she got in the middle of it trying to break it up, but, Gazelle, Charisse, I think, and especially Ashley. Ashley was sitting there watching it, and Ashley's the one that actually started everything because she went around running her mouth about, Monique's business. Monique had 4 drinks. Oh, she fell asleep? No, she fell asleep because she was drinking. She had like 4 martinis or 5 or whatever. She didn't have to be explicit with the details that she gave the other ladies when she knows the other ladies don't really like her or Monique that much. So why would she give all that intimate detail? But she did because, Ashley's messy. Ashley runs her mouth, just like she was coming after, Robin with her situation with Juan, and whether she's settling with Juan, whether she should be with him or not, or whatever. Even though she tried to say it's like her caring about her mother and being with a no good man. But anyways, Ashley's always in somebody's business. She's always meddling. She needs to take a look at her own front door inside her house because she has some things going on. She got a husband out here talking about he's on Grindr, picking up dudes and doing all this other stuff. I don't know if she knows about it or... And plus, her mother's staying in a hotel with the kids now, with her kids and her brothers and sister. She couldn't live in that rented house that they rented for her. So she needs to worry about her own situation. Actually get her mom a job or employ that dude that's living with her mom at the restaurant. Do something instead of worrying about these ladies' business. And Ashley was just all quiet. I was like, so they was about to go in. And so Charisse and, Gazelle and... Robin, they was basically going at Charisse, talking about Charisse, stop making excuses for Monique, stop having her back. Like you got her back now. Like, was she your bestie? What's up with that? They want to know what's going on. Why you always running to her defense? She's wrong. Like, Monique did go off because Monique said she wasn't going to go off when she went to dinner. She was going to pay everybody dust, but she did not end up doing that. She ended up getting upset because she heard Robin and Gazelle, pointing out that she was quiet. She wasn't saying nothing. So what's up? So who you mad at? What's going on? And so Monique fell for the bait, and she was really upset with Ashley, but also Robin and Gazelle was also talking about her having a drinking problem, talking about, oh look, she finished that whole bottle. Even Karen too as well. Only person that didn't say anything about Monique's drinking problem was Candace and Charisse. But everybody else did talk about it. So Monique just had it. She was upset, and it was about to go into it. And so then Robin was like, well, I have to stand up for her because the accusations that are facing Monique about her drinking and driving can actually destroy her future and stuff like that. So they was like, yeah, no, we don't want to hear that. You got her back and all this other stuff. So it is what it is. And so, Monique got in the car. Monique was able to drive home with Charisse because she didn't drink. And so that was like, they accusing Monique of being an alcoholic. But Monique is actually going through something because she had a miscarriage. But she didn't share that intimate details with the ladies. And they don't know what she's going through. And so it's just a terrible situation. But Karen did have, Monique's back and was trying to say like, yo, just calm down, chill out. But Robin was like, you gonna hit me then. Hit me right here. Hit me. I was like, oh, I would hit you. And then I would turn around and hit Ashley. Because Ashley's the main person behind this drama, behind this mess. Because she ran her mouth. But actually, Ashley and Monique actually make up at the restaurant. They end up going out to the restaurant, eating, apologizing to each other. Well, basically, Ashley is apologizing, saying that I didn't know that it was going to come down to this. I didn't know it was going to get so ugly. I didn't know if it was going to get out of hand. Ashley knew that she did it on purpose. She doesn't give 2 cares about what she said because she goes, yeah, make no mistake. I didn't make no mistake. Make no mistake. I wasn't wrong. And Monique knows that I wasn't wrong. That's the case. If Ashley actually cared about Monique and actually her friendship, she would have pulled her to a side and said, hey, listen, I'm concerned about the accident that you was in because we were drinking that night and what's going on with you, what's happening. Then maybe Monique would have actually told Ashley what went down with her miscarriage, and maybe Ashley would have kept her mouth closed. But I guarantee you she wouldn't have. She would have been like, oh, Monique is a drunk because she had a miscarriage and that's why she's drinking. So you can't tell Ashley anything. You gotta keep your mouth closed when it comes to Ashley. You can't say anything around her because she will run your business. She will run you into the ground and then act like she don't know what the problem is. So they end up making up. But Monique is not going to trust Ashley as much as she did trust her before, because Monique feels like, you know, I was letting these ladies into my circle and trying to befriend them, especially Ashley, even though Ashley's messy. And look what she turned around and did to me. Yep. Ashley is Ashley. You see how she was chasing down Robin and Juan in their situation? Ain't nobody worried about Robin and Juan, but Ashley was picking at that situation. So we move on from that. We have Monique. She goes to see Karen to apologize for acting up at Karen's event. She brings her daughter. And also Monique shades Karen when she gets there. She goes, you know what, I'll drive 2 hours stuck in traffic, and, you know, just to apologize to Karen. Basically calling it out that she doesn't live in Potomac anymore and she lives far out in the boondocks in no man's land. And so, you know, Karen was like, you went from 0 to 100. Like, you went crazy, so you need to chill out, you know. And she was like, you know, I have your back, you're my friend or whatever, but you can't let these girls get under your skin and have you all act out of control and things like that. So that's how it goes down with that situation. Then we have Chris and Candace. They actually meet up. They're having a conversation. And then it's revealed to us that Chris has another child that's about 15 or 14 years old. He hasn't seen in about 9 years. And they haven't told, you know, Candace's mother about the situation while they're planning the wedding. So it's disheartening to hear that he has a child that old and he hasn't seen him, and he hasn't done any legal actions to try to visit him or try to get custody or try to do anything, because he says it's a tough situation, it's a difficult situation. What went down, because he has 2 small kids by his first marriage or whatever, and then he has this grown child that he has no contact with. So what's going on with that situation, when, why, and how? But anyways, they end up telling Candace's mom about the situation. She was okay with it. She was like, you know what, don't tell. It's a good thing. It's a family dynamic. Family has problems. Family has secrets. I'm glad you told me. And it's all good, blase and a third with that situation. But she is kind of shocked, but she doesn't want to show her shockness and her behavior or being mad or upset or going against the grain of the family while they're filming on camera. But I guarantee you she talks to Candace on the low. And so it's just like, wow, I don't know why they didn't tell the mom or whatever, because it's probably something really deep. But in that situation, I think they need to take that money that they're going to spend on the wedding and actually pay off Candace's mother so she can move out their house, because right now she's staying in their house. I'll be paying you off. I'll be paying off the mother so she can go have her own vacation house somewhere where she won't be coming into the house that I live with my fiance for a month or 2. Oh, no, it's not going to go down like that. So we have Juan and Robin. They're vegan now. Juan seems really happy. The kids seem happy. Robin seemed happy too as well. I don't know how their relationship dynamics is. There's people saying that, you know, Juan has a secret love. He's in love with someone else. But, you know, Robin has been around since, I guess, high school or college. She's been around since before he was famous. And she has 2 kids by him. And he's sticking by her even though she lost the money. And she's sticking by him regardless of he cheating and being with another woman. It seems like they're really worried about the kids and having a stable life for the kids, because as we know, Juan didn't have a stable childhood. He went through a lot of different things, his mom being on drugs and all that other stuff, not knowing who his father is, and really being determined to make it and succeed. And so, you know, Robin is a part of that. Regardless if he's not in love with her, she's a part of his life. She's a part of his history. She's a part of something that he can't erase. And she's also a part of something that, you know, the average person won't understand unless you go through it together. You can tell the story, but you don't really understand it and see it unless you're there. And she's there and she's seen it and she witnessed it. So, and also, as they're having this conversation, they're talking about having a psychic come through and all, and Juan finding out about, you know, his real father is alive. His father, the person that he thought that was his father, Phil, I don't know, he's deceased, R.I.P. His mom is deceased, R.I.P. But he finds out that he has a father that is living. And, you know, he has a relationship with him and all this other stuff. And they're talking. And the kids, the 2 boys are there. Every time you turn around, every time grown-ups are having a conversation in Robin's house, her 2 kids are in the middle. They're going to be some gossiping young boys. Let me tell you. They're going to be grown before you know it. So, they end up talking and having a conversation. And then we move on to Monique is actually having like a drive for Houston, Texas for the hurricane victims, and she gets together with Charisse. And it was probably a bad idea because now everybody's saying that, you know, Monique is using Charisse for her connections and her friends and all this other stuff. And Charisse's friends came out. They came out to support. They filled up a truck full of, you know, supplies for the victims. And, you know, Gazelle, she came, but she stayed for like 2 seconds because she's not friendly with Ashley. With Monique, and she ain't trying to be all up in her face and laughing. She just gave her some water. All the ladies do show up and support and help, but, you know, I didn't see Robin at all. Maybe she wasn't there. I didn't see her. So it goes down, and, you know, Monique is actually thanking Charisse, and Charisse is bragging that, oh, my friends came through. So, you know, Charisse is going to brag because she's been living in Potomac for years, and so she knows everybody, and everybody came through. And it was nice to see a lot of African Americans and black people, indigenous people coming out and donating to helping one another. Very nice suggestion, very nice idea. Karen was there. She was doing her thing. She was trying her best to help and assist at the same damn time. And Chris, which is Candace's husband, he was helping and assisting, and so was Candace helping and assisting in the situation. So it went all good. And then we have Gazelle. She's heartbroken, like she's going through some things because she haven't heard from Sherman. She don't know what's going on with Sherman. Her mom was a victim, but not a huge, you know, money type of pit victim when it comes to the hurricane. And basically, Giselle wants to move with her kids into another house. She don't know if Sherman's going to move in, helping her mother with either moving in with her or them purchasing a house together. She don't know where to stand at. She's doing her book. She's going through a lot of things. But the real thing that's really bothering her, because she can handle moving to another house, she can handle raising the kids, she can handle running a business, she can handle, you know, the book, but she can't handle Sherman because she can't control him, and she don't know what's up with him. She don't know what's going on because they're not communicating, they're not talking. She don't know if she still have a relationship with him, and she probably based a lot of her future on being with him and raising their kids together. But he's MIA. He disappeared. He's angry. He's upset. Something's going on, but he's not communicating with her. And so Gazelle, she's at the salon crying, telling the hairstylist all her business, all up in there, because it's something you can't control a man. And it hurts when you can deal with everything else, but it hurts when someone that you love and you want to be with actually just disappear. That's some shit. Just disappear. Like, I don't get a goodbye. I don't get a why. I don't get a what, when, how, you know. So she's in her feelings about, that's the biggest situation, as Sherman just disappearing. That's a problem. And so Gazelle, she doesn't know. She was like, I don't know what's going on. And so we have, you know, Ashley. Not Ashley. Not Ashley. It's Robin. Robin's having an event, a woman empowerment event, and basically she's trying to make them ducats. She's trying to make that cash. She's also doing real estate. She's doing everything to get that money back that she lost, and also trying to prove to Juan that she's worthy to have his love again, because she did mess up by, you know, losing their money and giving it to Earl, and you know what Juan been through. So it wasn't an easy road for him. It was a very difficult road for him, especially physically and mentally. So she's doing everything to show Juan that she's back on her game, and she's gonna make it right and make it tight. she's gonna get back on the ball and bring that money back in. And she also sits down and she tells Juan, like, yo, Monique keeps coming at me because I don't got money because of the situation with Earl. Like, she always throwing shots at me. Juan was like, just hustle, baby, just hustle, get my money back. He's looking at her like, what you worried about what she thinking, what she's saying? Get this money, show him your hustle, show him your grind. So he's actually being supportive to her as well, where she can actually have conversations with him. And so at least that's good for the kids. The kids are seeing a healthy relationship, even though they are divorced, and he might be dipping it in it somewhere else and dipping it in Robin too as well, but we don't know. But we soon will find out. So then after that, we have what's her name, Ashley. She's talking to Mike, and Mike was like, I wouldn't want you to look out for my kids the way your mother looked out for you. I was like, damn, he just talking to her and belittle her right in front of her face like she ain't nothing, like she's second class, like, you know, that's how it is when you date somebody that has the majority of the income, and you need their income, because we heard Ashley say she needed the income, that it hurts when they throw it up in your face and you just can't walk away. You just can't say nothing, because it's actually true too as well. Because I wouldn't, the way that Ashley's mother looked out for her was bad, but we know Ashley's mother has mental illness. She has some type of situation going on, because she left Ashley when she was younger. She chases after a man. She's with a man for 15 years that never held down a job, never worked, and suspectedly have a drug abuse problem. So there's something wrong with her, that she attracts a certain type of man like that. She stayed with him for 15 years. There's something that she lost in herself. And so her situation is very different from Chris, because Chris could have had a wonderful life, or it was more easier for him because he is a Caucasian male. So when he goes into bank, when he goes to different places, people open the door for you easier, and they don't have preconceptions and prejudgment of you. So he could say what he want to say, but he has more of a hand up in the situation, because he is a Caucasian male. And who knows what his childhood was like and what opportunities that was there for him. It seems like Ashley's mother didn't have a lot of opportunities, and she didn't grow up in a good environment where there was knowledge, empowerment financially, because there was if she knew empowerment of financial stuff or whatever, she would be able to live in that house for that whole year, how many years she lived there, saved her money and got it on and popping and moved on from that, but she's not able to. So anyways, the way that Chris talked down to Ashley was terrible. He did it right on national TV. At least do it in the bedroom when you got pictures out you online, you and your penis. So we get to Robin and Juan. They actually meet up with the fortune teller or the psychic, and he actually sees what's his name, Juan's mother and father. The mom had died of AIDS. She was on drugs, and she died of embarrassment. She was really sorry, and she said that if her life was different, Juan wouldn't be the man that he came today. By her dying and leaving and having a life that she lived, empowered Juan to struggle and become strong. So Juan been through a lot, son. And then she lied to him about his biological father, and the guy that he thought that was his father, he was there too as well, and he suspected that he probably wasn't the father, but he still loved Juan anyway. So Juan went through a lot, and his mother's been gone for 24 years, and the mom is actually happy that he's with Rob, and she also says, "Won't you guys go ahead and do it already? I guess be together and make it official." I don't know how, if his heart is somewhere else, but his heart is still with Robin in a certain type of form, because she's a part of him. She's like one of his, arms, toes, and so also, if the mom was alive, she still wouldn't have told him about his real father. So his mother is mad stubborn. And so we end up talking about Earl. Earl, the psychic or the fortune teller was like, somebody jumped off a bridge. It was like, oh yeah, that was Earl. And Earl ain't apologetic. He said it was too much to handle, it was too cold to handle, too hot to hold. They called the gold buster because I'm out of control. So he was out of control because he didn't know where his Ponzi scheme was falling, and he didn't know how to pay these people back. And so they asked if he's sorry, he has any remorse, and he doesn't. He's content. He's in a better place. He's still no good son of a gun. So I was like, damn, it's over with that. He don't even care. So I guess what's coming up on the new season, on the same season, we're gonna have Robin. Robin and what's her name? Candace and Chris are gonna be having some discussion about prenups, and it might be a problem because Candace want alimony, and then on top of that they end up separating. She put her ring down on the table. Then you have Gazelle. She confronts Juan about a situation. I don't know what Juan's doing out here in the streets. And then Sherman's ex-girlfriend, or whatever her name is, she's on the show now, and she's gonna be running around. And also Gazelle kind of disappears from the show, and then Gazelle's also telling Sharice that Monique is using her and all this other stuff. And so then Monique and Chris actually having some marital problems, and he feels like her success is drawing her father away from her marriage. I was like, oh. And then Ashley's in somebody else's business. She's in Karen's business, and she's telling Karen that, oh, I heard you said that Ray has an old wrinkly penis and all this other stuff, and you don't really love Ray. And then you have Gazelle talking about Ray likes this other young girl and he wants to spend a night with her. I was like, wow, they're going in. And so And they also dress up like pizza men, and they find out that Karen is not living in her mansion anymore, so they called her out on her shit. Like, they ain't got nothing else to do, nothing else better to do but be spying and acting up. Anyways, peace them out, one love. This episode was really boring. Peace. And it seems like all the interesting stuff is going to probably take a long time to get through. It's going to probably be one interesting thing per episode, not all at once, but we'll see. Peace them out, one love.